The Babylonian exile camp sprawls under a harsh sun, tents offering scant refuge in the desolate landscape. Weary faces reflect the weight of defeat as the people of Judah trudge through the barren expanse. Amidst the despair, Ezekiel sits alone, his brow furrowed, a solitary figure lost in contemplation. His eyes reflect a deep inner struggle, seeking answers in the face of overwhelming adversity. Inside the sparsely furnished tent, Ezekiel kneels, his face raised in fervent prayer. His brow furrows in intense concentration, seeking divine guidance. Eyes closed, he surrenders to the depths of his spiritual quest. A vision begins to form, swirling in the darkness behind his eyelids. The ascetic's humble tent becomes a vessel for the unfolding prophecy. Ezekiel is alone, silhouetted against the stark horizon of a desolate valley. A solitary figure amidst death's domain. Bones, bleached and broken, litter the vast expanse, their silent stories etched into the parched earth. The sun beats down mercilessly, casting long, eerie shadows that dance like specters among the skeletal remains. The wind whispers through the valley, carrying the pungent scent of dust and decay, a mournful lament for lost lives. An unsettling stillness blankets the scene, broken only by the rustling bones, an eerie symphony of desolation and despair. Ezekiel walks, guided by the Lord, into a valley of death, where silence reigns over sun-baked earth and scattered bones. Skulls with empty sockets gaze skyward, monuments to forgotten lives, coated in the valley's dust. Ribs lay strewn a macabre mosaic, half buried in the parched earth, whispering tales of battles long lost. The air hangs thick, a palpable shroud of decay clinging to the valley, a testament to its desolation. Desolation permeates the valley, an inescapable truth etched into every bone and breath, a wasteland of despair. Sunlight pierces the valley, illuminating dancing dust motes and bleaching the bones scattered across the desolate ground. The heavy air whispers tales of a forgotten battle, a silent testament etched into the very dust underfoot. Ezekiel surveys the grim tableau, his brow furrowed as he contemplates the weight of history and desolation. A divine question hangs in the air. Son of man, can these bones live? Ezekiel, weathered by time, kneels in the desolate expanse, his figure a stark silhouette against the harsh sky. Dust devils swirl around him, mirroring the turmoil etched deep within his face. His gaze lifts towards the heavens, a silent plea etched in every line of his weary face. A mixture of awe and reverence washes over Ezekiel as he seeks answers from above. His voice, raspy with age and hardship, breaks the silence. "O Lord God, you know." The barren landscape stretches endlessly around him, a testament to the trials he has endured. Under the scorching sun, bleached bones scatter across the desolate valley. Dust devils dance among the skeletal remains, a haunting ballet of despair. Ezekiel stands alone, his face a canvas of doubt and trepidation. The Lord's voice booms in Ezekiel's mind, a divine echo in the silence. "Prophesy over these bones." The voice commands with celestial authority. "O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." The command resonates. Under a merciless sun, Ezekiel stands in a desolate valley, bleached bones scattered around him. He raises his hands to the heavens, a solitary figure against the backdrop of dry, cracked earth. His voice echoes, breaking the stillness of the valley. A call to the ancient dust. "Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord," Ezekiel proclaims, his words carrying divine weight. "I will send breath into you so that you live again," he declares, a promise of life in the face of death. Ezekiel's voice echoes across the desolate valley, his words hanging heavy in the air. The earth begins to tremble, a subtle tremor at first, then growing into a palpable vibration. A faint rattling sound emerges, carried on the wind, a sinister prelude to the unfolding prophecy. The rattling intensifies, a chorus of dry bones stirring to life, filling the valley with an eerie resonance. The ground vibrates violently as the sound escalates, promising a transformation of biblical proportions. An unsettling silence blankets the night, heavy with anticipation. A subtle tremor disturbs the cracked earth. Bones stir to life, skulls sliding across the ground as if drawn by an invisible hand. Ribs arch from the dust, reaching towards the inky sky. Skeletons rise, clicking into place, an army forming from the earth. In a vision, Ezekiel beholds a desolate valley, its silence soon to be broken by the stirrings of long-dead bones. A single skeleton shifts, then another, an eerie awakening amidst the sun-baked earth. The dry bones begin to connect, assembling themselves with unnatural precision and purpose. Hundreds of skeletons rise, a silent army taking form under Ezekiel's watchful eyes. The rattling intensifies, a deafening symphony of resurrection echoing through the valley. Within the laboratory, skeletal structures rest on operating tables, bathed in the ethereal glow of advanced machinery. Tendons and muscles rapidly generate, weaving a tapestry of life around the inert bones. Flesh coalesces, seamlessly integrating into the emerging form, obscuring the stark bones. Skin stretches, a final layer of illusion, concealing the synthetic miracle beneath. Perfect, lifeless human bodies now lie in silent repose, a testament to science's chilling ambition. Sunlight floods the temple, motes swirling as the Lord stands at the altar, a figure of serene command. He turns, his gaze meeting the man's, concern etched deeply in his features. With a gesture towards the heavens, the Lord commands, "Speak to the breath, Son of Man." His voice resonates. "Call to the wind and say, 'Breathe into these slain, so that they may live.'" Ezekiel stands in the barren landscape, face to the sky, eyes closed, feeling the wind's invisible force. His weathered hands are clasped, knuckles white, as the wind whips around him, a tangible presence. Robes rustling, he cries out into the wind, his voice carried across the desolate expanse. "O breath, come from the four winds, and breathe on these slain, so that they may live," Ezekiel implores. A sweeping gust rushes through the silent valley, bending the tall grass and carrying the scent of distant storms. The wind swirls violently around Ezekiel, a lone figure amidst the desolation, as if testing his resolve. It races onward, a spectral presence across the fallen, a mournful sigh over the still. The valley holds its breath, awaiting what comes next. The still valley awakens. Fallen figures stir as life returns. Chests rise, fingers twitch, a symphony of subtle movements against the silent earth. Eyes snap open, pupils dilating, struggling to focus on the bright daylight. A collective gasp rises from the valley floor, a chorus of renewed breath. Life surges back into the fallen, their eyes reflecting the sky above. In a parched valley, strewn with the skeletal remains of the long dead, an eerie stillness hangs in the air. A tremor runs through the dust, a subtle shift in the desolate landscape. Slowly, haltingly, the bones begin to stir, responding to an unseen force. The skeletons rise, joints creaking and protesting as they push themselves up from their dusty graves. Figures emerge from the dust, standing on their feet, a silent army awakening in the valley of dry bones. Before Ezekiel, a breathtaking valley unfolds, revealing a colossal army stretching across the landscape. An endless expanse of humanity stands shoulder to shoulder, a sea of faces turned towards him. Vibrant and alive, countless men reflect the morning sun in their eyes, a testament to restored life. The air hums with the palpable energy of renewed existence, showcasing the divine power at play. The valley pulses with life, a vibrant tapestry of humanity reborn under the watchful gaze of Ezekiel. Sunlight floods the temple, illuminating dust and the figure of the Lord radiating an ethereal glow. His voice echoes through the sacred space, resonating with power and ancient sorrow. Son of man, these bones are all my people Israel, the Lord proclaims, his words heavy with lament. They say, our bones are dried up, he continues, his expression a mixture of grief and divine resolve. His voice booms, filled with promise amidst despair. Our hope is gone. We are cut off from everything. In a barren landscape, Ezekiel stands alone, the air thick with despair and the weight of a fallen nation. He sees the faces of the exiles, their eyes reflecting extinguished hope, a silent testament to their suffering. Their expressions are etched with resignation, each face a mirror reflecting the belief that their story ends here. Ezekiel feels their pain, a profound understanding dawning as he absorbs their collective sorrow and hopelessness. I understand the meaning of the vision, Ezekiel says, his voice echoing with newfound clarity and somber acceptance. An unseen divine presence fills the air, heavy with solemnity. A palpable sense of anticipation hangs in the balance. Lord's voice resonates, commanding attention and obedience. Therefore speak my word to them, the Lord proclaims. I am going to open your graves and bring you up from them, my people, Lord declares. Ezekiel stands, his presence commanding, voice echoing with unwavering conviction, filling the unknown location with palpable hope. His words paint a vivid promise, divine restoration, and a return to the ancestral land, resonating deeply in the hearts of all. I will bring you back into the land of Israel, Ezekiel declares, his voice a beacon in the darkness. When I open your graves and bring you up, you will know that I am the Lord, he proclaims, sealing his promise with divine authority. In an unknown location, Ezekiel stands tall, his presence commanding, his voice resonating with unwavering conviction. The air around him crackles, charged with an unseen energy, as if his words are shaping the very fabric of reality. I will put my spirit within you so that you truly live, Ezekiel proclaims, his eyes blazing with divine purpose. His voice echoes, promising renewal and restoration. I will settle you in your own land again. A solemn vow hangs in the air, underscored by the weight of his words. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken. Ezekiel's final declaration seals their fate, a promise etched in the ether, and that I have done what I promised. The tent returns to focus, the vision's grandeur now a stark memory against the coarse fabric and mundane reality. Dust motes dance in the sunlight, a world away from the celestial beings Ezekiel just witnessed. Ezekiel sits among the exiles, their faces familiar, yet he is irrevocably changed. His eyes, wide and haunted, reflect the echo of divine power, a glimpse of God's awesome might. The weight of the vision settles upon him, a prophet marked by the unforgettable encounter. Under the relentless sun, Ezekiel walks among the exiled, his figure a silhouette against the dusty horizon. The air hangs heavy with despair, the mournful wind carrying whispers of lost homes and broken dreams. Each step echoes the weight of his people's suffering, a constant reminder of their desolate fate. The sound of rattling bones mixes with the wind, a haunting symphony of exile and desolation. Yet, within Ezekiel's eyes, a flicker of hope ignites, defying the surrounding gloom. He carries a profound conviction. From this very death, God can breathe new life.